Hello, my name is Dawn from Infinite You Life Coaching, and today we'll have a full Vinyasa flow. Our Vinyasa today is no standing, but still be challenging our bodies. We'll start up with warming up our neck and upper body, and then we'll go through our Vinyasa, ending in Shavasana. So let's go ahead and find a comfortable spot on the mat. Any comfortable seat is okay. I'm sitting in Seiza, but you're more than welcome to sit in easy pose or cross-legged. So let's go ahead and find our comfortable spot on the mat and settle in. So arriving to our mat, we're just feeling where the mat is supporting us. Notice how you're feeling in this moment. Feel the support and love of your mat. Notice your breath. Not doing anything with it, just watching. Maybe finding a little bit more comfort or alignment. Possibly softening your gaze or closing your eyes. And then gifting your practice to you without bringing in the world outside. So leaving behind whatever you were doing before you arrived and putting aside the things that you will do after. And we're going to begin our practice by setting an intention. Our intention today really can be any intention, but let's welcome our attention to look inward. When things get hard today, we can give ourselves a gentle inward smile, just knowing that we can do this. We will take our attention to our breath and the sensations of our body. And by doing so, we allow ourselves to be able to listen, listening for what our body's asking for. If a pose doesn't feel right, back step it a little bit. Or take a pose like child's pose so you can rest until the next pose comes along. Always listening. Listening to what our bodies tell us. So let's take a long, slow, deep breath in, maybe palms up and reaching out and up so that palms touch. Exhale. Let's bring our thumbs to our third eye. So welcoming intuition to our practice today. Welcoming the ability to listen to our body in a compassionate way. Allow your hands to come down to heart center. And take a few relaxing breaths here. Maybe letting the exhale be just a little bit longer than the inhale. And when you're ready, maybe allowing your hands to just fall onto your lap and fluttering your eyes open. We're going to begin with a couple of neck circles. So dropping your left ear to your left shoulder, and then just allowing your head to gently and slowly circle clockwise. Continuing to breathe, connecting it to the motion. And the next time your chin comes to your chest, we'll take it in the opposite direction. Going so slow, with so much care. Listening and feeling where there might be some tension. And the next time your chin comes back to your chest, we'll bring our head back up to neutral. From here, we're going to allow our chin to fall to our chest with our neck still straight. No rotation, just dropping down. And then inhaling, looking up to the sky. Think about bringing your chin out in front of you and up. And then dropping your chin down to your chest. Allowing your shoulders to relax away from your ears. Inhale, taking your gaze up, chin out, and up in front of you. Continuing to breathe. Let's do it one more time. Chin down. Shoulders away from your ears, back is straight. And take your gaze up. Again, shoulders away from your ears. Allowing your eyes to move up towards the ceiling. And then returning back to neutral. This time we're going to take our gaze over the left shoulder. So let's inhale, nice tall spine. Exhale, take your gaze over the left shoulder. Hold it there, but continue to breathe. Inhale, back to center, nice tall spine. Exhale, taking it over the left shoulder. The right shoulder, so sorry. Continue to breathe. Inhale, back to center. Nice tall spine. Exhale, over the left shoulder. Inhale, nice tall spine, back to center, and then taking it over that right shoulder. And then coming back to center. Just going to allow that left ear to drop towards the left shoulder. So your spine is still tall, you're not rounded in your back. And just allowing, not forcing, allowing gravity just to pull your head down. Notice how it feels. And if it feels comfortable, you can take your left hand, palm up and around, and just putting it just above your right ear. And you're not cranking down on your head, you're just allowing the weight of your arm to open up your neck just a little bit more. A couple other things you could try. You could try putting fingertips, so right fingertips on the right shoulder, or extending the right arm out. And you can even allow your right arm to move around a little bit. Just noticing. If you find a spot that you feel needs that attention, you can pause there. And from here, ever so gently, just loosen the grip on your left hand on your head just a little bit so that you can rotate your nose towards your armpit. And then you can continue with the pressure from your left arm. And this will allow the stretch to move towards the back of your neck. Again, making those adjustments with your right arm on whatever feels right. It could also just remain in your lap. Maybe taking some very subtle motion, like no one would see it, like an ever so subtle head shake back and forth. Continuing to breathe. And then again, loosening your grip on your head and ever so gently, be so kind to your neck. Take your gaze up to the ceiling. And with that, we move the stretch more towards the front of our neck. Maybe opening and closing your jaw here. Maybe that ever so subtle movement of your neck. Someone might not even notice you were doing it from far away. So gentle, so loving, so kind. Just asking your body what it needs. When you're ready, just taking your palm to the bottom side of your face and just helping your head back up to center. Let's just do an alignment check. So a nice long inhale, taking our spine up to the sky. And then dropping your right ear to your right shoulder. And just allowing gravity to just take a hold of your head. Allowing gravity to also work on that left shoulder. Noticing how it feels. And then if it feels comfortable, taking that right hand just above the left ear and allowing the weight of your arm just to intensify that stretch a little bit. And you can take your fingertips down to the floor, maybe putting your arm out or fingertips on your shoulder. These are all options. Maybe moving the arm around to find what feels best. And just giving your body what it's asking for. Continuing to breathe with that nice calm breath. Maybe making your exhales just a little bit longer than your inhales. From here, just loosening your grip on your head so that you can take your nose down towards your armpit. And then continue the weight of your arm, opening up this back side of your neck and your shoulder. Maybe just adding that very ever so subtle, gentle movement back and forth in your head. And just feeling everything, watching everything from the inside. And when you're ready, loosening the grip on your head so that you can take your gaze now up towards the ceiling. Opening up that front portion of your neck. Maybe opening and closing your jaw. Or adding a subtle side-to-side motion with your head. So small, so gentle. And pausing if your body asks you to pause. Loosening up if your body's asking you to loosen up. And then loosening your grip, just allowing your hand to come to the bottom of your head as you support your head as it comes back up to neutral. From here, we're just going to take some shoulder rotation. So bringing our shoulders forward, up, and back. We'll do that a couple of times. And then we'll go the other direction. So squeezing the shoulder blades together, shoulders up and then forward. Connecting breath to motion. And then seated nice and tall, we're just going to begin some hip rotations. So allowing your belly to come forward and then curving out your belly, almost like a seated cat-cow with the hip rotation added in. Let's take it in the other direction. And then once you finish this next rotation, we're just going to meet in tabletop. So in tabletop, our fingertips are spread wide, wrists are directly under the shoulder, hips are directly above the knees. From here, we're going to take some cat-cows, connecting our breath. So on the inhale, dropping our belly and taking our gaze up to the sky, opening our chest. On the exhale, starting with your hips, tipping them back, pulling your belly button up, curving the back to the sky, chin to chest. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, opening your chest, dropping your belly. Exhale, rotating those hips, tipping them back, and bringing your chin to chest. 1 more time. Inhale forward. Exhale back. From here, we're going to extend the left leg behind us. Toes are on the ground. And just a gentle rock side to side. Forward and backwards, actually. Feeling the stretch in your calf, maybe pausing there. And when you're ready, we're going to lift that back leg up. So being sure that your hips are staying parallel to the floor, shoulders are also staying in the same position, using your core here. So think about bringing your ribs towards your pelvic bone, moving them towards each other. And just breathe here. Bending your knee, we're going to then do some hip circles. So just allowing your knee to come up, around, and down. We'll take 3 in one direction, and then 3 in the other direction. Then extending your foot out again. And now we're going to extend the right arm. So finding your balance, using your core, again, think about ribs and pelvic bone moving towards each other. Not allowing your shoulder to just kind of hold the weight. We want to push into the palm of our hands so that our shoulder's nice and high. We're going to inhale, exhale, bring elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Then holding this extension, we're going to bend the back leg and swim that right hand back. You can stay right here or grab your foot and we'll come into this holding position, staying here or allowing your foot to raise forward, up and forward. Abs are strong, left shoulder and right leg are strong. Here's a moment you might want to smile to yourself and let you know that you've got this. You can take your gaze forward and continue to breathe. Releasing, bringing the right arm forward and the left leg back. Allowing the right hand to come down to the mat. And from here, we're just going to take it to the other side, but with a pause in between with a child's pose. Take a breath here. Again, smile to yourself. You've got this. Coming back up into tabletop, we're going to take that to the other side. So reestablish your tabletop. Make sure you're pushing into the palms of your hands. Fingers are wide. Knees are directly below your hips. Extending that right leg back. And then rocking forward and backwards. Inhale forward. Exhale backwards. Feel that stretch in your calf. In the back of your leg. From here, inhaling your leg up. Again, establishing your abs here. So thinking about your ribs are kind of moving towards your pelvis. You're moving towards each other. Holding this pose. Shoulders aren't caving in, so pushing into our palms. Think about your shoulders moving away from each other. Bending that right knee. We're going to then come into our knee circles. So inhale that knee up and around. Taking it the other direction. Connecting your breath to motion. Extending that right leg out once again. This time extending the left arm. Holding this pose. Abs are strong. Pushing into that right palm. Left leg is strong. Take an inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, come in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, come in. Inhale, extend, hold here. Bend that right knee, swing the left arm back, grabbing hold of your left ankle or foot, staying here, or allowing the foot to move up. Possibly taking your gaze forward and continuing to breathe. Smile to your body. Let it know you've got this. Continue to breathe. Releasing, bringing the left arm down, bringing your right knee down. From here, we'll go back to child's pose one more time. Take a breath. And let that breath go. Do that one more time. Take a deep breath in. Smile to yourself. And let that breath go. And now coming up into tabletop position, we're gonna come into a low lunge. So stepping your left foot forward. Here you may want to use blocks to bring the ground a little bit closer. It just helps maintain a straighter position. I actually do prefer the blocks in this position. But from here, we're going to inhale our hands up. Nice tall spine, allowing your hips to soften towards your mat. Breathing. Reaching those fingertips. Bringing your right palm down to the mat, allowing your left palm to be nice and tall. Keep holding and keep breathing, allowing your hips to soften. On your next inhale, think about reaching your fingertips up and back until you can come up and so that your hands are facing the left side. Gaze can be towards the side or towards your back fingertips. Continue to breathe. From here, allowing the back hand to rest on the back of your thigh and the front hand to come up. Find your breath. Allow every exhale to be a little bit longer. And then coming back to face forward, both arms up. Exhale, bringing your hands down to the mat. From here, we're going to tuck the right toes and lift the back knee. Again, you can have blocks here. And we're just going to hold this pose for a moment. Maybe a rock back and forth. Noticing the sensation on your wrists, the front of your quad. And from here, either keeping the blocks or setting them to the side, we're going to allow the right palm to stay on the mat as we reach the left hand up for this twist. Legs are strong. Again, not sinking into the shoulder, pushing into your palm and your front knuckles. From here, you're just going to walk that front foot to the side. Again, continue to reach forward, thinking about your obliques and your hips, reaching for the sky. Allowing that top hand to move forward so that you can arch a little bit more towards the sky. Continue to breathe, smile to yourself. You've got this. Allowing that top hand to come down, we're going to step back into plank and then just reset on our knees so we can bring the right foot forward. Once you find your alignment, we're going to inhale our hands up. Allowing those hips to soften as your fingertips reach up. And then bringing the left palm down and allowing the right hand to reach up towards the sky. On your next inhale, allow those top fingertips to reach up and back as you face the right side of your mat. Lower body stays in place. Gaze can be to in front of you or to your back fingertips. And breathe. Allowing every exhale to be a little longer. Dropping that back hand to your back thigh. And allowing the front hand to move up above you. Continuing to lengthen the exhales. Continuing to smile to yourself. You've got this. And then windmilling your hands forward, we're going to lift onto our back toes. Again, if you need blocks here, put blocks under your hands. Same as the other side, we're going to hold this just for a moment, maybe rocking forward and backward. Getting that sensation. This time I'm not using blocks, and instead of feeling at my wrist, I'm feeling it at the base of my knuckles. Allowing that left hand to ground down into the mat. Inhaling your right hand up to the sky. Allow that right hand to reach up. Your legs are strong. Continuing to have nice long exhales. Allowing that front foot to walk so that it's kind of towards the middle of your mat. Back foot's rotated on the outer blade. And just reaching for the sky. Thinking about your hips and your obliques reaching towards the ceiling. Your arm and your left shoulder are strong, not sinking into the shoulder. Pushing into the mat. Inhaling your hand up above your head. Smile to yourself. You've got this. Continue to breathe. Allowing your hand to come to the mat. Setting yourself up in plank position. Either taking a full chaturanga or dropping your knees, chest, chin, sliding up into an upward facing dog. Knees and thighs off the floor. Exhaling into a downward facing dog. Allow yourself to walk out your dog here. So downward facing dog, fingertips are nice and wide. If your hamstrings feel really tight, you can widen your stance on the mat and see how that feels. Settling into your downward facing dog, maybe taking your feet wider even if your hamstrings are feeling comfortable, just for balance. We're going to be twisting across, so taking the right hand, reaching across to somewhere along your left leg. Could be on your thigh, your calf, or down towards your ankle. Continue to think about your tailbone reaching up and back. Gaze can be at your armpit. Breathe, smile. Coming back to center and taking it right to the other side. So taking your left hand to somewhere along your right leg. Could be your right thigh, your calf, your ankle. Nice strong legs. Tailbone reaching up and towards the back wall. Gaze through your right armpit. And just breathe. Nice long exhales. Don't forget to smile. And coming back to center. From here, we're just going to walk our feet in just a bit from downward facing dog. And just take a breath here. Pushing into the base of your fingertips. Thinking about your armpits moving towards each other. Shoulder blades are moving apart and almost sliding up your rib cage. Think about your forearms lifting. Think about your heels dropping towards the floor. And your tailbone reaching up and away. On your next exhale, allow your knees to come down to the mat. And we're going to just come into a thread the needle. So inhaling, we're going to take our right palm and reach towards the sky. Exhale, allow that arm to come under the left armpit and move away from you. So that your right shoulder is now laying on the floor. Your temple is on the floor. Left arm can be reaching forward. And think about pushing down into your palms. So the back of your right hand pushing into the floor, almost energetically dragging it back towards your body. Pushing down into your left palm and reaching away from you energetically. Maybe walking your left hand towards the right side of your mat. Continuing to push down and away from you. And just breathe. Maybe a little smile. And with every smile is a little softening. Allowing your exhales to be a little deeper. Walking your left hand back towards your face. Pushing into your left hand as you bring your right palm back up towards the ceiling. And exhale, putting that back on the mat. Now let's inhale the left hand up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, thread it under the left armpit and extending that left hand away from you, the back of your hand on the floor. Allowing the right hand to move straight away from you. Experiment with applying pressure, pushing down on the back of your left hand and pushing down on your right palm. Maybe energetically dragging that left hand back towards you and walking the right hand towards the left corner of the mat. continuing to push down and energetically away from you. And breathe, making those exhales just a little bit longer. Allowing that inward smile to support you. Allowing your right hand to walk back close to your face. As you push into the right palm, it'll lift that left hand back up to the sky. And exhale, allowing it to come down to the mat. We're going to walk our hands forward this time for puppy pose. So just allowing your hands to come out in front of you. Your hips should remain above your knees. Resting your forehead on the mat, or possibly taking your chin to the mat. If your head is on the mat, maybe allowing your shoulders to ever so slightly rock side to side. Very lovingly, very gentle, very subtle. Maybe taking your hands into prayer position so that they rest on top of your head. Opening up those triceps just a little bit more. If you have your hands in prayer, we'll put them down. And then we're just going to slide our body forward for Sphinx pose. Allowing your hips and your pelvic bone to be on the mat. Allowing the tops of your feet to also be on the mat. You can take your feet as wide as is comfortable here, so experiment with that. Pushing the tops of your feet down into the mat. Pushing your pelvis into the mat. Adjusting your elbows so that they're under your shoulders, so it can be helpful to just cross your arms to find that position and allow your hands to rest forward. From here, think about extending your spine so that you have this nice long line that your spine can open up. At the same time, think about the back of your heart reaching forward. And just breathe. And from here, we're going to extend our left arm forward as we lower our forehead right down to the mat. So my left arm just resting on the floor. My right arm is going to reach backwards, and I'm going to bend my right knee. Now if you can catch your ankle, that's great. If not, you're just holding your right hand back as you bend your knee and bring your heel towards your glute. So if you can hold on to that foot, you could bring that foot a little bit closer to your glute and just breathe. Allowing the rest of your body to relax. Take one more breath here. Releasing the foot and extending the leg once again, this time bringing the right arm forward as we swim the left arm back. Again, resting your forehead on the mat. And if you can't reach your foot or your ankle, of course you could always use a strap, but you can also just hold your arm and have them energetically moving towards each other. If you can get a hold of your ankle of your foot, you can pull your heel towards your glute. And taking one more breath here. Releasing your foot, allowing that leg to extend. And now coming up on your elbows. From here, we're going to do that same move, but up on our elbows. So kind of reset like we did with Sphinx. Make sure your elbows are under your shoulders. And then from there, we're going to reach the right hand back, bend that right foot. If you can catch it, great. If not, just bending the foot while reaching and extending that hand backwards. This time, instead of pulling your foot towards your glute, you're going to push your foot into your hand. Heart reaches forward. Breathe. Smile. One more breath here. Releasing the foot, extending the leg, resetting your elbows so you have alignment. And then now we're going to swing that left hand back. Again, if you can't reach your foot or your ankle, just reaching back with those fingertips as you reach your heel towards your glute. If you can get a hold of it, here we're going to go ahead and push our foot into our hand as our heart opens. And just breathing. We'll take one more breath here. And now just allowing your body to come down to the mat. We're going to take our hands behind us. So you can have your fingertips touching the floor. We're going to start just by allowing our heels to come up. So really squeezing those glutes. Once you have this, if you feel comfortable, you can raise your head and your chest. Again, keeping fingertips either behind you, or you could also put them in front of you if you need extra support. Continuing to squeeze those glutes. Let's go ahead, if you can, release your hands into this full locust position. Heart is up and forward. Glutes are strong. Continue to breathe. Smile to yourself. You've got this. Allow your body to relax. Maybe just resting your head on your hands, using your hands as a pillow. Take a breath. From here, we're going to bend both knees. If it's within your practice, you're going to be reaching back and getting a hold of both ankles. You can stay here, or from here, we can start to lift our feet up and away from us, bringing our chest up, keeping our knees from swinging away from each other. Legs are strong. Here you're allowing your rib cage to move away from your pelvis. You're breathing. Take those feet a little bit higher. Continue to breathe. Smile. And then gently let it all go. Soften down towards the mat. Again, we'll take our feet out straight away from us, resting our heads on our hands, and surrender. If it feels comfortable, you can bend your knees and then windshield right back and forth, back and forth. Continue to extend that exhale. And when you feel ready, we're going to push ourselves back into our child's pose. Feet can be together, knees can be together or apart. You get to decide. Arms can be forward, or maybe you want to bring your arms behind you. See what feels best. Maybe walking your fingertips away, allowing your back to relax. Just breathe. From here, if you come up to tabletop and just step your knees forward, all we're going to do is sit down on our bottoms. And once we do that, we're just going to roll back one vertebrae at a time. So maybe reaching your fingertips really far forward. And then slowly, one vertebrae touches your mat one at a time. And then allowing your knees to come in. Giving your knees a hug. Maybe bringing your forehead towards your knees. Giving yourself a rock side to side. From here, we're just going to allow our knees to open just a little bit so that they move towards the ceiling. Extending your arms out into a T or possibly a cactus. From here, we're just going to drop the knees down to the left side. Your right shoulder should remain on the mat. If it is pulling up, you could put a blanket under there, or possibly you could shift your hips to the right before dropping them to the left. Gaze can be up to the ceiling or taking it to the right side. And just allow yourself to relax here, letting it all go. As we hold this pose, notice you can release the tension slowly. Keep giving your body permission to soften just a little bit more. We're always holding this habitual tension. The more we give it permission to soften and release, the more we can let it go. So look for it. Give it that permission. Let's take 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, bring our knees back up to center. If you did shift your hips over, you can bring them back to neutral. And then possibly doing the same on the other side. So if you did shift your hips, you would now shift your hips to the left and then drop your knees to the right. Or you can always do a blanket under that left shoulder. Gaze can be up towards the ceiling, or taking your gaze to the left side. And just relax. Just breathe. Smile to yourself knowing that you're just going to relax from here on out. Allow your body to soften in places it normally has tension. See if you can infuse softness into those hard, tense tissues. Use your breath to pump that softness in. Use your exhale to just let go of tension. 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, begin to unwind, bring your gaze up and your knees up. If you had shifted your hips to the side, and bring them back to center. Let's go ahead and loosely just hold your hands onto your knees and just do some large knee circles, or really any size that feels good. As you rotate, feel your lower back touching the mat, taking it in the other direction. The mat just massaging and relaxing you. And then one last pose before our Shavasana. Come into waterfall pose. Legs up the wall with no wall. So having your feet flexed, heels pushing up towards the ceiling. Just allow. Arms in a comfortable position on your side, or maybe you want to bring your hands onto your body. Maybe your right hand to your heart and your left hand to your belly. Not changing anything, but just becoming aware. Aware of your breath. How it moves your ribs, your abdomen. Aware of your heartbeat underneath your palm. And know that having our feet up like this is shifting our energy. Sometimes we just need a shift like that. Something out of the ordinary in a way that we don't normally go or don't normally do. Novelty. So allow your senses to be aware of your breath, aware of your heartbeat, aware of the sensations that you feel in your leg, in your feet, maybe in your hips. Aware of the sounds around you, aware your body's touching your mat. Maybe asking yourself if there's a place that you can release and relax just a little bit more. As you allow this shift in energy. And just breathe. Notice if you feel any difference in your breath. See if you can become aware of the air moving through your nostrils. Feel that coolness. Feel the clarity. I'm going to take 2 more breaths here. Let the exhales be long and slow. And when you're ready, we're going to bend our knees. Just bring your knees into our chest one last time. If it feels right, bring your forehead and a deeper hug into your knees. And then from here, we're going to come to Shavasana. Perhaps you want to come in a reclined butterfly, if that feels good for you today. You could also put your feet on the edge of your mat and allow your knees to fall in for this constructive rest. We're taking traditional corpse pose, Shavasana, as you extend your legs out and away from you. Wherever you are, just allowing your body to be one with the mat. Allowing all these sensations in your body just to be. Allow them to run their course. Allow the blood to flow. Allow your muscles to relax. Allow your breath to be where it's at. Maybe it's deep. Maybe it's shallow. Wherever it is, it's okay. And then just allow your body to be still, to be so heavy. Allow your mind to slow. If a thought does come in, allow it, but don't engage with it. Allow the stillness. Allow the quiet. And ever so slowly begin deepening your breath. Noticing the motion that breath ignites in you. And after a few deep breaths, maybe bringing that motion down into your fingertips and your toes. And then rocking your feet and your hands side to side, your legs and your arms side to side. Even taking your head side to side. And in a way comfortable to you, rolling onto a comfortable side, maybe using your arm as a pillow. And take 2 deep breaths here. And then with your eyes continuing to be closed or softened gaze, coming up to a comfortable seated position so that we can close out our practice today. So having a nice tall spine, your hands resting palm up on your knees or your thighs. Again, just notice your body, notice what you feel. Maybe giving yourself a little smile, smiling to your inside. And just letting your body know that you hear it, that you see it, and that you'll listen compassionately to the messages it gives you. For your body is always talking to you. We just don't always have the time to listen, the stillness to listen. But today you gave your body that. So taking your palms out to the side, let's do a long, slow inhale up. Feel all that positive energy above you. And then allow your hands to just wash that positive energy over you. Bring your hands down to your heart. We'll do that one more time. Long, slow, deep breath in as you bring your arms up. Palms touch and then scoop that positive energy and just wash it over you. Bowing your head down to your heart. Having gratitude for the fact that you showed up on your mat today. I have so much appreciation for having you here. Thank you so much, and namaste.